Hello, everyone. It's me, Megan Fox, super hot and completely natural star of robot movies, devourer of souls, and ex-wife of television's Brian Austin Green, star of Beverly Hills 90210. Listen, I'm here to tell you that Gordon and Buddy are on vacation, which probably means that they're organizing their collections of Tommy Bahama leisure wear and watching reruns of The Dukes of Hazzard. So sad. Meanwhile, the show must go on, so they wanted me to introduce this, the first ever broadcast episode of the Alamo and Knox Wrestling Rodeo. This was recorded sometime way in the past, probably around the time that Brian Austin Green released his landmark album, One Stop Carnival, in 1996. He was a trailblazer, and without him, we wouldn't have Machine Gun Kelly, whom I also porked. Don't ask me about it, Kay? Anyway, Gordon and Buddy will be back soon. In the meantime, open up, wider. I said, open up. Damn it. It's time for you to receive the first rodeo ever.
Good morning. Willamachi WMRK in Willamachi, Oklahoma. Thank you for tuning in to the very first ever episode of the Alamo Knox Wrestling Rodeo.
Pat, can you hear me?
We're on. You don't need to tap the microphone.
Is this on? Hello. Howdy.
Well, hello there. Buddy Hard Knox has joined me. Buddy, this is our first episode. You don't have to stop.
I can't find it. I'm trying to get it near my mouth. I'm trying to get it.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
It goes in my mouth.
Here, let me pull it. You have to pull it near you. Here.
Is it right near my mouth now?
All right. The pop screen goes up. It doesn't go down across your chest.
Is it near my mouth? I'm trying to get it in there.
Okay.
Howdy.
So the
can you hear me now?
Goes up.
Can you hear me? This is better now, right?
Okay. That's better. Hey. Good morning, Buddy Hard Knox. Me and you. I'm Gifted Gordon Alamo. For those of you that don't know me, which none of you do, this is my first episode of the Alamo Knox Wrestling Rodeo. This is your first episode. We are a new duo here on WMRK in Willamachi, Oklahoma, and I am so excited to be here.
What?
So excited.
And of course, everybody in Willamachi knows me. I am Buddy Hard Knox the third. The next, the latest, the greatest, and a proud line of the Knox family, which has been here in Willamachi since it was settled many years ago by Indians and Vikings together in a classic combination. My father.
You've got a weird accent.
That's just the way I talk. It's from.
Is this an Oklahoma? I just moved to Oklahoma. Is this an Oklahoman accent?
This is an Oklahoman. Well, it's like an Oklahoman slash like plantation Southern gentleman thing, here, right here in Willamachi.
Yeah. All right. Well, I it's gonna take me. I gotta be honest with you, buddy. This is gonna take me a minute to get used to. I come from a moving and shaking climate. This is a little bit more laid back. Tell me about Willamachi. What's the vibe here?
Well, the vibe is 100% American. I mean, I think that if you come across the turnpike there over the mighty Arkansas River, and you look into Willamachi, what you see is America. What we're all about here. Willamachi is freedom, number one. Two, love. We like love, free love. Not like hippies, but just we like to copulate. And three, ninja toys. I mean, really, what built this town was the Ninja Toy Revolution, as we call it, from the 1980s. And it's an old school kind of Main Street America. Think John Cougar Mellencamp. Cougar Melly. Yeah, a little Coug. But then it's a little Rancho, too. We got a little Bocephus in there with the Coug. So they went out on a date and they made a baby, and it looks like Willamachi. But one thing we do love here in Willamachi is professional wrestling. Like the rest of America, we love professional wrestling. And in the hot market of AM professional wrestling radio chat, we hope to be number one. Now, there are other shows. We're going to be honest. There are other AM broadcasts. None of them, I think, will match us. I hope. I mean, we still got to get to know each other. This is like kind of like our first date here. So
it truly is. I mean, I've heard a lot about Willamachi. I mean, your father was a legendary promoter here with Willamachi Championship Wrestling. I came from Kansas City, Texas, originally. I'm born and bred. I came to Kansas City. Stayed there for a few years, was a part of the extreme wrestling movement in Kansas City, which was a lot of fun. I have sunk my teeth deep into the world of professional wrestling, and now I'm here with you. And Rich is standing over there. Hello, good morning, Rich. Rich is a nice guy.
he's a nice guy. You know, he's got a problem, and I just want to kind of summarize this for you, please.
Be careful there, buddy. Be careful.
I just want to tell you something real quick, and we could do this off the air, but I think that everybody, all of our listeners here in Willamachi, are going to be on board with me on this one. Please do not ever mention Texas again. Thank you.
Yes,
don't ever mention it again.
I forgot about that. I am terribly sorry. I know that there is a huge rivalry between you and the T-State. Can I say the T-State?
No.
Okay. But one thing, like you said, one thing we all love here is professional wrestling. Oh, good morning. Board Op Josh has just walked in. He's a little
tiny.
late.
He's small. That's a small man right there. I'm not making fun of you.
He's got a weird beard. I mean, it looks like someone threw, like, shavings from a barber floor onto his face after super gluing it.
Yeah, it's embarrassing a little bit, but, we could take care of that. Since this is our first show, we've got a lot of wrestling to cover. I mean, that's what you guys are tuning in for. But before we get to the wrestling, some Money in the Bank pick'ems, maybe a little bit of news and views, all that kind of fun stuff, and, of course, the AM drive time entertainment that you've come to expect. We got to get to know each other. I mean, I can't.
Is there a commute here?
There's a commute. Yeah, there's a commute. Most people here in Willamachi, they got like a 5-10 minute commute, so it provides us with ample time to entertain and educate. That's what we're, entertainers and educators. And I can't just go and put my hand up your shirt right away. I got to feel you out a little bit first. So when we get back, me and Gordon are going to get to know each other, and I guess we have some activities, some fun activities.
I guess Rich has planned a couple of activities for us to get to know each other better, and so all you listeners on WMRK in Willamachi, Oklahoma, get to know us a little bit better too. I cannot. You told me before we went on the air that for lunch today is the Kalochi Barn. Kalaki.
Gosh, we're going to have to talk about that. You're listening to WMRK. Willamachi, this thing is still near my mouth after one break, and we will be back soon. Is that how you do it?
Yeah, that's how you do it. And then when you throw it to Josh. Josh, in 5, 4, 3.
Silent 1.
Okay, so when the red light's on, that means you come back in.
Come back in how?
That means it's called popping back in. So you have to go, hey, everybody, welcome back to WMRK, Willamachi, Oklahoma. And let's do a time call. Do your time call.
7:12.
There we go. Very good. It's 7:12 in the morning here in Willamachi, Oklahoma.
I feel like right now it would be prudent for me to do this.
No.
Is that prudent at this juncture? Is this something that I can do right now as a broadcasting professional, or no?
Are you nervous?
No? I'm a little nervous. My voice gets a little bit tremulous when it gets.
Wait, one thing we're doing right here in Willamachi this morning is definitely the music. Josh, nice taste in music. Good rock and roll, upbeat. I like this. I mean, the digs, we kind of need to redo the studio. I mean, the shag carpeting is a little much.
Well, I mean, it's not, maybe Kansas City where everything's shiny and Michael J. Fox rides around in a limousine. Maybe it's not that. Maybe it's not, the high rises that you're used to. But, we do what we can here in the small, humble hamlet of Willamachi, Oklahoma.
Rich has a mane of black hair that is to be admired. I mean, that thing.
A little goofy, too. I'm just going to throw that out there.
It's what?
A little goofy. Your hair's a little goofy. I'm just saying. I mean, I like you. Your hair's just a little goofy.
Oh, well, I guess. So one of the things we're going to do before we get into our views of the wrestling world, because the one thing I know we lined up on, because we've only talked on the phone sporadically.
And I was pretty drunk, to be honest with you, so I don't even remember that conversation.
Right. So, what we're going to do is, we both agree on the world of professional wrestling. We know that. We lined up our thoughts on the world of professional wrestling line up, and we will get to all the wrestling goodness, especially, our thoughts on Money in the Bank. We'll probably see if we can, maybe pick the whole card, for example, like, go run down the whole card and see if we line up on who we think is going to win each and every one of those matches, especially the big ladder match between John Cena, Kane, Chris Jericho, Big Show, and The Miz for the WWE Championship.
That's an innovative thing you got going there. I like that idea. That's pretty innovative.
So what we're going to do first, Rich wanted us to, like we said before the break, we're going to get to know each other a little bit because, like I said, it's only been a couple of phone conversations that obviously you don't remember because you were drunk, I think.
Yeah, inebriated. Yep.
I don't even know what you were on. I thought you might have been huffing the keyboard cleaner while we were talking on the phone, but I don't know.
You got your form of entertainment, and I got mine. Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little segment. This first segment is called Inside the Locker Room.
Oh, my gosh. Is this where we eat the pigs in the blanket?
No.
Are there pigs in the blanket?
This is listen. This is where we get very serious, and I'm going to ask you 5 questions.
5 questions. Okay. All right.
Just like the show Inside the Actor Studio, which I don't know if you've ever seen before, James Lipton.
I have no idea what you're talking about right now.
Okay. Well, what I'm going to do is we're going to get serious now. We're going to now turn face me. Please don't tap the microphone.
Okay. I'm good.
All right. Face me.
Facing you.
Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to ask you 5 very, very important questions on getting to know the real man behind Buddy Hard Knocks.
Oh, this is the real. There's no one behind me. This is it.
We're going to get to know your soul.
Oh, my gosh. All right. Wear gloves. Go ahead.
All right. Question number 1.
Wait, should I lube up for this or is it?
No. Just stay seated. Don't stand up. Just stay seated.
Okay. I'm staying seated. Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha. All right. Go ahead.
All right. Who is your biggest inspiration in life and why?
Wow. Wow. We're just getting right into it.
We're getting right into it. Knuckle deep, sir. Knuckle deep. Let's go.
The biggest inspiration, I would have to say, my father, Buddy Hard Knocks II, would probably be my biggest inspiration because he was able to take a very small tent-based wrestling program here in Willamachi back in the day and turn it into a larger tent-based wrestling promotion here in Willamachi. He went from drawing 20 people a night to upwards of 40, 45 people within, I don't know, 6 to 10 years. So, I mean, that's pretty inspiring. And I
didn't mean to laugh. I apologize.
I also found his dedication to alcoholism inspiring. I think he really, what he lacked as a father and a husband, he really gave himself over to the bottle with full. He just really got in there. Really got in there with the bottle.
Wow, you're choked up on the first question.
Well, I mean, it's inspiring to watch a man throw away everything for alcohol. It's really something that me and my brother and my mother, when she wasn't crying from the beatings, was really inspired by my father's dedication to booze. So yeah, he would be the most inspiring person.
Awesome. And before we move on to question number 2, I just want to let you know your dad's here with you right now, and he says he loves you.
I'm just gonna let.
Do you need a tissue?
I'm just gonna let you know that I don't appreciate your satanic mind works. I'm just gonna let you know that.
I do believe in the occult.
Oh my gosh.
So there's a little occulty.
Listen, I need a job, but not that bad. So if we're gonna, you got another question for me?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
Now we're gonna get into. I had to open the floodgates with that one, and I apologize to all of our listeners if any of you were moved.
Can
Question
you tell my
number
dad
2.
to get out of the room? It makes me uncomfortable. Go on.
If you could meet one wrestler, living or dead, who would it be and why?
Danny Hodge. I would want to meet Danny Hodge, Oklahoma's greatest both amateur wrestler and professional wrestler of all time. The reason why I would like to meet Danny Hodge is because I want to shake his hand, because I've heard his grip strength is puny. And I would like to try to break that old man's hand with my... Because I don't know if you noticed, my right arm is much bigger than my left arm. And that's because I do preacher
It's disturbing.
I do preacher curls.
Oh, okay. Preacher curls. Got it.
Like Rick Rude, preacher curls.
Okay.
And so I would like to meet Danny Hodge, break his arm, and then cede his
Prove
throne.
that you're a better man than him. I get it.
Cede his throne as Oklahoma's greatest living wrestling legend. I never having been a wrestler myself, and I'm not envious at all of people who are wrestlers at all.
At all.
No, zero. But I still, have been around the biz. And so I'd like to, take that throne, that title as Oklahoma's greatest wrestling-related phenomenon.
Okay. Question number 3. Why is wrestling the greatest sport in the universe? No, Josh, we're not going to break. You can't.
Okay.
Not in the middle.
Yeah, come on. I'm trying to answer the question. Why is wrestling the greatest sport in the universe? Well, because it takes what's important and essential in life, which is two men who are half naked wrestling around on the floor in a battle of wills. It's more than just a physical battle. It's a battle of wills. It's a battle of good and evil oftentimes. I mean, if you look at the history of professional wrestling, most of the time it's a battle between good and evil. So we're not just talking about a sport like football where you just get out there and throw the old pigskin around and then go home after you're really drunk and it's 2 hours, whatever. This is a battle for the soul of not only America, but of the world. And professional wrestling takes that battle, puts it on a stage, throws, yes, more booze in there, and perhaps some pills, and we take that battle. It's like the Lord of the Rings, but in a sport form. And, with some nudity occasionally.
Especially, in these crazy times of 2012, wrestling is coming out of the extreme attitude era, if you will, and we are starting to right the ship a little bit. But yeah, you can still find an occasional nudity. Thank you for your response. I appreciate your honesty.
Why are you talking to me like you're my therapist?
We're interviewing.
Okay, sorry.
I'm interviewing you. This is what we do. It's professional.
Oh, very professional. I will say
Quit
that.
Tapping the mic.
That's with my tongue. I have tongue powers. Go on.
Number 4. What do you see? What do you see as being the biggest mistake in wrestling history?
Gosh, can you narrow that down for me? Biggest mistake? How? Like biggest?
So when I wrote this question, I too may have been half drunk. My biggest mistake is maybe the biggest faux pas the wrestling world has ever seen. So something that damaged the business's reputation, the sport's reputation, and tarnished the legacy of professional wrestling.
Wow, that's a really good question. Really insightful question. I would say, here's what I would say. I would say it's when we allowed foreigners to start wrestling.
Okay, well, that has always been.
No. Let me clarify just a little bit. All right, before we get the letter writing out. Okay, I mean that wrestling was at its best when it was just Americans wrestling Americans. Now, we want to see who the best wrestlers in the world are, sure, but does that necessitate the Iron Sheik coming over here and spitting on our flag? Is that what that means? Does that mean that Boris Zhukov or Crusher Khrushchev or who's the other Russians?
Well, there was Nikolai Volkov.
They come over here and they besmirch the great country of America. Wrestling, professional wrestling, is a thoroughly American, freedom-loving sport. And sometimes I think by inviting these other people in who do not understand democracy or freedom, that it kind of tramples on it a little bit. So
what you're saying is you don't appreciate when the interlopers come over and then they disgrace America and not appreciate the combat sport that is professional wrestling.
Or the opportunities that America provides them, like the opportunity to eat deep-fried food whenever you want. That's a wonderful thing.
Okay.
Okay.
Question number 5, the last one.
Is that a heart?
I believe that was a
Oh,
heart.
gosh. All right.
All right. Question number 5. When you arrive at the pearly gates, who will be your tag team partner for eternity?
Oh, my gosh. Who am I wrestling? I mean, like,
You're wrestling with your soul.
Jiminy Christmas. This is a heavy duty thing. I'd like to say my fiance Candy. That's who would be my tag team partner. She's a waitress here in town. She has ample thighs, and she'll do anything I tell her. And so
there you go.
So that's the kind of quality you look for in a woman. Also, she could shoot a 30-30, and at 200 yards, dead on. She's quite the deer hunter. Candy. I'd say Candy, my fiance. Hello, Candy. Can she hear me right now?
Yeah, if she's tuned in.
Can you hear me right now, Candy?
Okay. All right. Well, Josh, we got to go to a commercial. A hard break here. We went a little long in that segment, but when we come back, it's Inside the Locker Room Part 2. And you get to know Gordon Alma. We'll be right back here on WMRK in Willamachi, Oklahoma.
Easy, Josh.
I love this show. Deadwood. Amazing show.
What'd you say?
This is the theme song to Deadwood.
Is it? What's Deadwood?
Deadwood is a show on HBO.
Do I pop it back in now? It's been out long enough. Do I pop it back in?
That sounds kind of strange, but yes. Okay, so what you do now is when the music lowers, you talk it back in and you set up the next segment.
Welcome back to the Alamo and Knox Wrestling Rodeo.
Oh my God, you sound like a robot. You sound like a Willamachi robot.
Can you let me get through this? I'm Buddy Hard Knox. Buddy Hard Knox. Who are you?
I am Double G Gifted Gordon Alamo, and it is 7:27 right on the dot here in Willamachi, Oklahoma. See, you notice how I did the numbers?
That was real good.
You have to say Willamachi, Oklahoma as much as you can, and the station.
Where are we?
So WMRK.
Where's that?
WMRK is the station that we're broadcasting.
But where is it?
It's in Willamachi.
Willamachi, Oklahoma. I'm Buddy Hard Knox, as you may have heard me say about 30 times before.
That's right.
Gifted Gordon Alamo. We're getting to know each other here. This is our very first episode. We're getting to know each other. Gordon asked me some very invasive and kind of traumatic questions for our Inside the Locker Room segment. Now it's my turn. During the commercial break, I came up with 5 humdingers of my own. 5 humdingers of my own. And I like to call this Inside Gordon Alamo. I'm inside of you now.
I don't like that. I don't like you being inside of me.
I can't get out.
Are we locked like 2 dogs?
I'm
In
trapped.
the throes of passion.
I'm trapped inside of you.
Well, you better make a baby. All right, let's get to those questions. Let's knock them out. 5 questions. Get to know me.
5 questions, and this is
My favorite subject. My favorite subject is me. Go.
Okay, well, this one isn't really about you. Then question number 1 isn't really about you, but I'm going to get to it anyway. What is the best professional wrestling match of all time?
Best professional wrestling match of all time would be the Steiner Brothers versus the Miracle Violence Connection and New Japan Pro Wrestling.
I have no idea what you are talking about.
Okay.
What is the Miracle Whip Connection?
It's not the Miracle Whip Connection.
The Japanese love mayonnaise. The Japanese love mayonnaise. The Miracle Whip Connection. Who are they? What are they about? What is their finishing maneuver?
Okay, so you will know you will know both of these members of the Miracle Violence Connection would be Dr. Death, Steve Williams, right here in Oklahoma, not Willamachi, and Terry Gordy were the tag team that compromised the Miracle Violence Connection. And it changes. Let me preface this by saying it changes. My favorite match changes with the wind. So this week it is the Steiner Brothers versus the Miracle Violence Connection from All Japan, not New Japan, excuse me, All Japan Pro Wrestling. But I still would have to think that somewhere along the line it's always going to be probably Ricky Steamboat versus Ric Flair.
I knew you would say that. I too have powers. Okay, maybe not talking to dead fathers powers, but I have powers too, and I knew you were going to say that. Next question.
Yes.
Out of the 2 greatest TV shows of all time.
Nope.
Josh, just put it down. I know you like the theme. Just put it down. Thank you.
Thank you.
The 2 greatest TV shows of all time, MacGyver and Small Wonder. Who would win in a fight to the death in a round room with no material? Would it be MacGyver with his clothes on or Vicky the Robot?
This is a loaded question.
It's loaded with information. Vicky the Robot or MacGyver?
I believe that MacGyver would manipulate the powers of Vicky the Robot. So I believe he would do something with her wiring that would engage her in such a way that she would help break out of that small room together. I don't think either one of them would fight, but MacGyver would figure out a way to use Vicky.
It's a fight. There is no choice. One of them has to die.
One of them has to die. I would have to say Vicky.
Or be disconnected. Yeah, Vicky would win, or Vicky would die.
No, I would have to say MacGyver actually would die because Vicky the Robot from Small Wonder was auspiciously touched on a weekly basis by her perverted creator who would unzip the back of her dress and fondle her back parts.
I got you.
So I think the rage that has built up inside of that robot, because we all know robots have rage.
There is robot rage. It is a real thing.
No, I would say Vicky the Robot.
Please stop, Josh. I'm not going to ask you again. Because you do that again, I'm going to shove this gravy ladle up your UU. Okay?
All right.
I don't know why I've got a gravy ladle, but it helps me find this. The microphone. Next question. Who is the greatest intercontinental champion of all time?
Well, that's an easy one. We're just going to go right with the Honky Tonk Man.
I knew. Thank you for saying that. I have gotten in endless debates with Piss about this. Piss, by the way.
Wait. There's a man named Piss.
Yeah. His name is Piss. Like, you've never met anybody named Piss before. His name is Piss.
Is that a childhood nickname, or does it actually say on his birth certificate?
I'm not his father. I didn't sign it. I don't know. But everybody calls him Piss, even the little children, the innocent little children who come into Kolache Bar and call him Piss. Or Mr.
Does he smell like piss?
No, it's not like urine. Where would you even get that from? Like, why would you even make that connection? You're a monster.
Well, calm down. Hey, calm down. I don't know this area. Calm down.
All right, so I got in an argument with Piss. He owns the Kolache Barn, for those of you who Piss. His name is Piss. Why is that so hard? So hard for you to understand. There are some people named Poop. There are some people named Piss. Poop and Piss. All right, so I got in an argument with him. He says always, because his answer to every wrestling question is always the Ultimate Warrior. Always.
Okay.
I argue that the Honky Tonk Man could not only sing and dance as a world-class performer, but was the greatest intercontinental champion of all time. Who held that belt longer? Certainly not the Ultimate Warrior.
Certainly not the Ultimate Warrior.
So we go with the Honky Tonk Man. You are a man of wisdom and a man of grace, and you have strong hands, and I appreciate that. Thank you.
No, I'm sorry for insulting Piss out there. It's a little abrupt and shocking. That's all. That's all.
You must know he's Scandinavian. They all have dumb names like Hans and Gunther and Piss. All right, next question. Gordon?
Yes.
How many sexual partners have you had?
Ooh, well,
just get right into it. I need to know, because if we're going to be partners ourselves, I need to know how many people you've been with.
Wait, but it's not like I don't.
On the air, I need you to confess how many people you have had biblical relations with.
Well, biblical is a very far stretch. I would say that I have slept with no more than 75 people.
Really?
Yeah, 75.
I just thought, like, with your hair and, you know, your jeans and everything, you got the fancy city stuff going on there. I figured it'd be much more. I figure you would have betted at least 10,000.
No, I there was some awkward years. Let's just say that. I mean, this dazzling haircut you see before you, the T-shirt that has mini crosses on it,
There are many crosses. They're bejeweled. You have bejeweled crosses.
I mean, and these jeans that also have fleur de lis, or how do you say that?
Fleur de lis.
Okay, these jeans right here, which by the way cost $150, and they came ripped.
I thought you ripped them with your thigh muscles.
No, I bought them off the rack like this. You would think, and I appreciate the fact that you admire my looks.
Well, you have Triple H like quads. I just figured you ripped them with your hammies and your quads.
No. But thank you very much. I have bedded quite a few women. I am a single man who hopes to never settle down. I don't ever want the shackle of a broad.
Well, it's not that.
Wait, is that?
Whoa, hey, it ain't that bad. It ain't that bad. You know. You don't
maybe I haven't found the waitress of my dreams yet. You're not
gay, are you?
Oh, excuse me.
Gay. You're not gay, are you? Are you gay?
Can you? No, I'm not gay. I've had moments, but anyways, next question.
Gosh. All right, last question. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Who? Because I'm a rough and tumble guy. Look, I don't know if you knew this about me. Not only do I enjoy professional wrestling,
you do have grass stains on your jeans. You realize that,
I do have
right?
grass stains on my jeans, but only the knees. And
which is strange.
It's a little bit weird. Here's the thing.
Did you do gardening before you came in?
I am a gardener.
Really weird.
A gardener. Yep. Over at Apollo Park, I garden. Hey, I wondered if, because I'm a rough and tumble guy myself, and I love the sport of cockfighting. What cockfighting? Cockfighting?
Okay, just let's move. Okay.
You know what that is, right?
I do. It's weird that people are still into that. I thought that was
into it. It's the noble sport of fighting foul. Why would people not be into that?
Okay, well, can you finish asking me the question? It's weird. It's weird that you're into cockfighting. I'm sorry. It's weird.
You know, occasionally at the cockfights, fist fight breaks out because I'm known to throw down. A little bit of hospital, a little bit of graveyard, the left and the right.
Right.
So transferring that question into the world of professional wrestling, who has the best punch in the history of wrestling? The best punch.
Now, I would say right off the bat, I would have to say that Jerry the King Lawler probably has the best punch in the history of wrestling.
Interesting selection. I, too, would have gone with the Honky Tonk Man. Continue. Why does Jerry the King Lawler have the best punch?
I just love the snap and the pop that he has when and that right hand. I mean, he even does it from the second rope sometimes, and that he uses that when the pile driver has been outlawed in the various Memphis promotions and the promotions around the South. So I just think the pizzazz and the snap and the whipping effect of that right hand. I mean, it may be fueled by an insatiable lust that is deep within his soul, but
whatever could Jerry the King Lawler be lusting for besides championships?
Yeah, that's right. But I would say Jerry the King Lawler, best right hand in the history of the business.
Interesting selection. Well, I think we've all got to know you, Gordon Alamo, a little bit better. Now I'm going to try during this break. That's what they call it, right? Break.
Yes, a break.
During this break, I'm going to try and get out of you.
All right, this is where people actually pay us money, so we got to get to a break. We'll be right back here on WMRK.
I need an exit hole. Where is?
Okay, in Willamachi, Oklahoma. We'll be right back here in just a sec.
Are you there? I need to let me out of you.
Goodness gracious. What the heck?
Some people say a man is made out of mud.
Is this Tennessee Ernie Ford? This better be Tennessee Ernie Ford.
Out of muscle and blood.
No, Josh, who is this?
I don't hate this.
Skin and bone. A mind that's weak and a back that's strong.
Is this Tom Jones?
16 tons.
Yeah, it's Tom.
Another day.
Wish Candy was here. She's a huge Tom Jones fan. I don't know why. What is the attraction of Tom Jones? He's like 80 years old.
I have no idea. Welcome back to the Alamo Knox Wrestling Rodeo. We are still knee deep in hour one, getting through the trenches of getting to know Gifted Gordon Alamo, myself, and Buddy Hard Knocks. Buddy, I feel like there's a kindred spirit here in the room with us.
After
I didn't mean like your father who's in the room with us. I meant which he is. I meant more of like a brotherhood developing. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, I definitely see that. After I found my way out of you, I was able to get some perspective, that I hadn't had before. And I came up with a system because I didn't go to broadcasting school like you. I'm not fancy, but I came up with a system that has been time honored that my father used to use in Willamacha Championship Wrestling to get to know the new talent. And he stole this from Sigmund Freud, which is a kind of a word association thing. And my father used to sit there and, he'd shoot out random words at the wrestlers, and then whatever they said back, he would punch them in the face. Now, I'm not going to do that to you. He was drunk. That's why he just...
Because that would be a fight. I mean, let's be honest. We're both strapping. That would be one hell of a fight.
He was just very abusive, but in a good way. Like abusive, like, like, I love you, son. But he never said that to me ever.
He's right behind you.
So what we're going to do is you pick 10 words, okay?
Okay.
I pick 10 words.
Okay.
We're going to take turns. I'm going to throw a word at you, and you just say whatever comes to your mind.
Okay.
Just whatever comes to your mind. It can be anything except a swear word because the FCC will fine us. But except that, anything else, okay?
See, you know that much. Don't pretend like you don't know what goes on in radio.
I've already been
about
fined
the FCC
32 times, just since we started the show.
Oh.
Mostly, here's another one for doing this.
Stop it.
I'm just kidding. I found it. It's near my mouth now. Oh. It's near my mouth. Okay. I'm going to give you a word. You just say what comes to your mind. Ready?
Okay. Do I have to have my eyes closed?
Now, it helps. It helps.
Do I have to have my mouth open?
Yeah, only if you want sound to escape. Sounds of pleasure. All right.
Okay. All
Ready?
right, go.
Here goes. Word number 1.
Okay.
Dinosaur.
Not true.
What do you mean, not true? What does that mean, not true?
They never existed.
Dinosaurs. Wait, hold on.
Never existed. Let's go. Keep going.
Wait, no. I need a little bit of explanation here. Dinosaurs never existed, but science tells us it's true, and science is right about everything always, except when a new theory comes out, negating the old theory.
Yeah, dinosaurs never existed. Go ahead.
My
Continue.
Gosh. Okay, you just give me one now. Dinosaurs never existed.
Boobs or butts?
Oh, boobs for sure. No question about it. Can I have them both on top of each other like a mountain? A flesh mountain of boobs and butts.
Okay. Your turn.
Can you answer that question, though? Can I do that?
No, you can't. Next question.
Sexy.
Sexy Pamela Anderson.
Oh, my gosh. You're aware of what she looks like now, right?
It is the year 2012. She is still a hot MILF. Continue.
Oh, yeah. She's also Canadian. You knew that, right? She's Canadian.
Yeah, I did know that, actually.
Oh, my gosh. All right.
My question. Who's unstoppable?
I'm sorry, one more time?
Who is unstoppable?
Who is unstoppable? I don't understand. Who are you asking me? Who is unstoppable? Who cannot be stopped?
Who cannot be stopped?
The Juggernaut.
Okay.
He cannot be. Do you know who that is?
I have no idea.
Me neither. It just came into my mind. Into my mind. All right. Hitler.
Nazi?
Okay, that's fair. I think he's earned that one. I think he's earned that. Sure. I mean, some people would describe him as a National Socialist, but Nazi is fair, I think. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Barbed wire or coal miner's glove?
Oh, it's an either-or thing we're doing here.
Some of my questions, I didn't understand your rules, so I just made my own.
No, that's fine. No, that's what I like about you. You're a maverick. Coal miner's glove, clearly, because that goes back to the Appalachian roots of our sport. Coal miner's glove, all the time, nonstop. Do we have a coal miner's glove in here, Josh? I'd like to hit you with
if we do, it needs to be on a pole.
Well, yeah, for sure, or a forklift.
Or a forklift, for sure.
Coal miner's glove on a forklift match right now. You and me. Let's do it.
Not yet. Let's wait till hour number 2.
Okay. All right. Special.
Retard.
All right. I'm going to have to pull back on that Mongoloid is the preferred nomenclature here. Mongoloid.
Okay.
All right, just
I mean, I don't.
we want to be
like
sensitive. We want to be sensitive. Mongoloid, as in from Mongolia. Mongoloid.
I don't listen. Let's be perfectly clear. I consider most children that are special to be God's gifts.
Mm-hmm.
But that was the first thing that popped in my mind. It's a game.
It's a game. It's a game. But you got to admit that they're from Mongolia. They look a certain way.
Okay. Next question: Bruiser Brody.
Hair. Just so much hair. That's a lot of hair on a human being.
It is.
Bruiser Brody. Okay. And this in no way relates to what you said before, but it is the next word on my list, so I've got to say it. Wheelchair.
Small person.
Small. Now, I got to clarify just a little bit. Are they in the wheelchair? And if so,
Yes.
is it a small wheelchair or an oversized wheelchair for a small person?
No, it's a bigger one. Either that or Stephen Hawking. Take your pick.
Stephen Hawking in a wheelchair for the win. Awesome. Go ahead.
Jesus or Muhammad?
I can't believe you would ask me a question like that. In this studio right here, I am a follower of Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. I drew a cartoon just now of Muhammad and put it up on my computer monitor. What say you, terrorists? Nothing. Jesus Christ.
All right.
Okay. This one I picked some foreign language. I don't know if you speak any foreign languages, but I just thought I'd throw this out there because it gets deep inside your psyche like a brain enchilada. La pistola. La pistola.
La pistola.
That means pistol.
La Parka. I don't know why.
Oh, there you go. That's a good one. I like Laparca. He is the chairman of the board. They say that because he plays the chair.
That's right.
He plays the chair.
That's right. All right, next WWE champion.
That's a real tough one. I'm going to have to go with Viscera.
Okay, Viscera it is.
Wait, real quick. Here in the year 2012, is he still alive?
Yes. In the year 2012, he is still alive.
Excellent. Good news. Okay.
2012, right now.
Are you ready?
Yes, go.
Woman.
Woman.
That's right. I said woman. Woman.
I know, woman.
I know. Woman is the word that you should respond to. I say woman.
Hey, woman. Nancy Benoit, woman.
Woman. I know. That's what I'm saying, Gordon.
Kevin
Woman
Sullivan's ex-old lady, woman.
is named who? What's her name?
Her name is Woman.
Is woman what? Oh, my gosh.
Okay, so you asked me woman. The
I
first
said
thing that came
woman.
to my mind, because we're talking about wrestling, is woman.
I know. I need you to answer with a different name.
Her name was Woman.
Oh my
Nancy
gosh, just leave it
Benoit,
alone.
woman.
Just ask me something else. Good
God.
gracious. This is going to be a
Barbecue.
long day.
Barbecue.
Steakums. I mean, you got to throw some steakums on the barbecue every chance you get. I have some on my barbecue right now. They're probably burning because I ain't got back there yet, but
Excellent. I am a fan of steakums.
They're
I am a
great.
fan of steakums.
Ready? Diarrhea.
Taco Bell.
No dispute there. No dispute there.
Commentary.
Tony Schiavone. Were you laughing? Was that a laugh?
The correct answer would be Lance Russell, but go ahead. Okay, that's fine.
No. Tony Schiavone.
Okay, we'll agree to disagree.
It's quality.
Winning-
Every time it's quality.
When in Rome.
Turnbuckle.
Bronx. Wait.
What? Oh, wait. What did you
Wait.
say now?
Wait. Follow me here.
I'm following you. Grab my
Okay,
hand.
so
Grab my
if
hand.
we
Hold my hand while you lead me into the forest of your thoughts.
well, make sure there's a trail of breadcrumbs so we can find
Those
our way
aren't bread,
back.
those aren't breadcrumbs. That's I don't know
Those
what
are
that is.
tears. So if we amass a legion of fans, okay,
Which is inevitable.
because I imagine that this is going to break everything.
Yeah, it's already broken.
One.
Yeah.
We're gonna be number one within a week,
Probably next week.
tops.
Yeah,
In a few years, we're gonna be millionaires.
easily. Yes.
We're gonna be breaking through on new mediums, on new platforms.
That's a bold
and I
prediction.
And I think when we amass,
Did my
elite
father tell you
fans-
that?
Huh?
Did my father tell you that?
Oh no, he's sitting up in the corner watching us like a hawk. I think we should call our fans Turnbuckle Broncs, like Broncos. We're the wrestling
Because
rodeo.
it's a rodeo. I see what you did there. I see.
Turnbuckle Broncs, and then the girls can be called bunnies.
Oh my gosh, that's genius! I'm going to tell you right now, that is genius. I want to lick you up and down.
Shall I say stop?
Stop.
Okay.
All right.
Sports besides wrestling.
Cockfighting. That's easy.
Okay.
Cockfighting. I mean, there is no other. There's two sports in the world that matter: professional wrestling, number one; cockfighting, number two. Okay, both the same thing, but one has birds that bleed to death.
Ooh.
All right.
I'm not completely opposed to the idea of cockfighting. Just to let you know, I think
I'll take you. I'll just take you and I'll show you. If very few people have actually seen it up close, but I'll take it. I'll show you.
Okay. I am ready and willing to learn.
We'll get an omelet, and then that will be made from the eggs of the birds that we watch kill each other. It'll be kind of poetic, like a bullfight, like we're Ernest Hemingway in Spain. All right.
All right.
Tough. That's my final word. Tough.
Tough. Big Bully Busick.
Well, unquestionably tough. Unquestionably. He's a bully. That's why. Bullies are always tough.
Bullies are always tough. Final question for you.
Yeah.
Rock and roll.
Oh, Leonard Skinner.
Try again.
What do you mean, try again? Leonard Skinner. Leonard Skinner. That's rock and roll.
Basically, what this question was asking, buddy, is who is the greatest rock and roll band of all time?
I answered that question, and it wasn't with woman. It's with Leonard Skinner, the greatest rock and roll band of all time. That's easy. Leonard Skinner.
They're not the greatest rock and roll band of all time, though.
Oh, nope. They're pretty much I think everybody, including Leonard Maltin, agrees on this. They're the
Leonard
greatest.
Maltin. What does he have to do? Anyways.
He's a great rock and roll critic. Leonard Skinner is the greatest rock and roll band of all time.
Okay, we got to go to a break. But how about this? When we come back from break, let's do a top five list. Because if you think they're the greatest rock and roll band of all time, I got to hear what would be your other, 4 or 5 picks. Let's do a top 5 list of our top 5 favorite or best rock and roll bands in the universe we come back.
Wait.
I'm challenging you.
Are you
sir.
suggesting that we each come up with our own list of top 5 things and then compare those lists as a segment for this show?
I absolutely. Why not?
Okay.
Come on.
All right, I'll play.
We're spitballing. We're throwing against anything against the wall to see what sticks. And yes, top 5 list.
I'm game. We're gonna do that when we come back here in Wormerk. Wait, is that ready?
WMRK.
Ah.
Yeah. Guitar solo.
Wow, who's this, Josh? She's good. I like this. What's this? Europe. Okay. The whole continent made a band. That's good. I like it. I don't like that. Sounds like Portugal on the drums, and I definitely don't like that. But everything else is good.
Welcome back to the Alamo Knox Wrestling Rodeo debut. It's going well so far.
I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable.
I think we've had a few missteps. There's a few technical snafus, but other than that, I feel like we're onto something.
Yeah, no, it's been pretty good, except for your awful, despicable, and frankly shameful choices in rock and roll bands.
Well, you don't know that, first of all, my picks are going to be despicable because we should never look at each other's lists. And I saw you trying to sneak a peek. You're a cheater. God doesn't appreciate cheaters.
Whoa. We're throwing that out, are we? That's fine.
I would appreciate it if you didn't cheat. That would be amazing.
Okay. All right.
But we're going to compare our top 5 lists. But before we get to that, let me future trip a little bit.
Ooh.
Because the Turnbuckle Broncs and Turnbuckle Bunnies things, it really got the juices flowing. I really hope...
You are looking a little bit juicy right now.
I really hope that in 5 years, 5 years, if we're still on the air, which I know we will be because we're amazing. Well, I mean, let's be real about it.
Pretty much.
I hope that we're still like this. We're just like we are now. Authentic, real
Very
people.
real. So real. Yeah, no, I think that would be a wonderful thing. to let people get to know us, like to get inside of us. I mean, as long as they know where the exit hole is.
That's right. And I hope that always and forever that people in this business, in wrestling journalism and broadcast wrestling journalism, which you are now, congratulations.
Thanks.
Congratulations.
This feels great. It's great.
I hope they always strive to be unique and different and not sound the same and regurgitate someone else's opinions. Okay, let's get to the top five best rock and roll bands ever.
All right. My number 5.
You go first.
Okay, no, I was gonna. My number 5, Leonard Skinner. But the current incarnation after the post plane crash Skinner, number 5.
Number 5, okay.
Because even though it's not the real Leonard Skinner, they're still singing the Leonard Skinner songs, which are the best rock and roll songs of all time. Leonard Skinner, number 5.
I do love Leonard Skinner. Please don't get me wrong, but to say that they're the greatest rock and roll band of all time is just absurd.
That's crazy, but it's true.
I think Freebirds are the best. No, I'm just kidding. All right, number 5 for me is Skid Row, fronted by Sebastian Bach.
Now they're good. They're good.
Now I have to warn you, buddy, I am very eclectic. I come from a different, you just keep in mind, I come from a different...
The city of Kansas City. It's so much of a city that it's got city in its name.
Just keep that in mind when we're going over this list. I'm an eclectic man.
The teeming metropolis of Kansas City in the middle of Kansas. All right. Number 4. Before I give you my number 4, I will remind you, though, Skid Row, as good as they are, is fronted by a Canadian. So we don't want to. I mean, it's not really American, so we don't. It can't
okay, well.
Number 4, Black Oak, Arkansas. It makes the mistake of not being from Oklahoma, but it does have Arkansas in its name. Black Oak, Arkansas, the number 4 greatest rock and roll band of all time.
Josh, can you please cue up a Black Oak, Arkansas snippet? So, because I have no idea who that is. Zero clue.
You have no idea who Black Oak, Arkansas is. No idea at all.
I do love Arkansas, beautiful state, one of the most beautiful states in the 50 states. Have no idea who they are, and I would love to hear them because I trust you. I feel that a trust for me.
Okay, all right. Well, Josh, cue it up. In the meantime, go ahead and give us your...
Okay. Number 4 for me would be the band Motley Crue. Motley Crue, number 4.
Well, I mean... if you're trying to hook up with a stripper, they're pretty good.
I have numerous times.
At least 75 times.
I lived in a strip club for 4 months.
Okay, now Josh has it queued up. Here is Black Oak, Arkansas, the number 4, undisputably, the number 4 greatest rock and roll band of all time.
Okay, go.
Okay, Josh, hit the play button. What the hell is going on now? There we go. I don't think you can dispute that, can you? Feel the power. Right, Feel Josh, the power of Black Oak, Arkansas.
Okay.
Just course it through your body.
Okay. Well, that was Black Oak, Arkansas, everybody. And give us your number 3.
Well, right behind Black Oak, Arkansas are the Mighty Barbarians of the Bayou, Molly Hatchet.
Oh, good pick. Love Molly Hatchet.
Molly Hatchet. I mean, I saw Molly Hatchet live when my dad was running Willamachi Championship Wrestling. They came to the Willamachi County Fair one time, saw them live, and I didn't have any pants on. I'm just going to say that. I'm going to leave that right there.
All right, number 3 for me would be Poison.
Oh, my gosh. You cannot be serious.
Well, okay, see.
Next to the power of Black Oak, Arkansas? Feel the power. I think it writes itself, doesn't it?
It does. But Poison, very underrated band. Bret Michaels still doing the dang thing, doing his business. Love the style of Bret Michaels. Good gravy does that guy know how to dress.
Ooh.
So
I'm going to totally disagree with you on that one, but that's okay.
Poison, number 3 on my list.
Okay. Number 2, because it's also got a Van Zant in it, 38 Special. The heavily loaded Wild Eyed Southern Boys themselves, 38 Special.
Woo!
Great rock and roll band. Number 2, 38 Special.
Woo! That's a good pick.
You will recall
that's a good pick.
The first song that led us in to our very first broadcast was 38 Special. 30. It's special.
Oh, man.
It's good.
Okay. Things are coming full circle here. Number 2 for me. Can you take me high enough? Damn Yankees.
Wow.
Number 2.
Great pick, Gordon. I fought you the whole way, but you dragged me into your closet of pleasure for 7 minutes of heaven with High Enough. I'm going, yes, damn Yankees.
Damn Yankees. Super group of super groups of super groups of super groups of super groups. Please make more records, damn Yankees. Tour the world. I got to see you again. Shout out to the damn Yankees. Shout out. Oh, that's a new thing. Shout out.
I like it. And also, Thomas Shaw was in that crap band Styx. So he gets to redeem himself
by playing with Ted Nugent,
who hunted and killed a white buffalo just because he could. That's Ted Nugent.
I'm good with it.
Freedom.
All right. Drum roll for your number 1.
Ain't no surprise. It's everybody's number 1 except yours because you are a communist from Kansas City. Leonard Skinner, number 1.
The original incarnation
of Leonard Skinner is the number 1 greatest rock and roll band of all time, period.
Okay.
No dispute.
Opinions vary. My number 1 is near and dear to my heart. And you don't know this about me yet, but you will find out. I am very close personal friends with the lead singer of this band. My number 1 favorite band of all time is Whitesnake, headed up by David Coverdale. David, if you're listening, which I know you are, I just wanted to say thank you for all the inspiration. You are an inspiration to me.
Well, I mean, he is great. Whitesnake is great. I'm not going to fight you. You got some good ones in there. I'm going to give it to you. You know, and what I really like about your list is the complete absence of Led Zeppelin or the Rolling Stones or the Beatles. Completely.
I knew you would appreciate that. I had this feeling.
Because they're terrible.
Well, yeah. I mean, we all know and like I said, Leonard Skinner, great band. So what I would like Josh to do is cue up a little Skinner. We're going to go to this last hard break. We're going to come back and wrap this show up right here on WMRK.
Wait a minute. That's the national anthem, which is better than Leonard Skinner because it symbolizes freedom for all of us. Here in Willamachi, Oklahoma, this is Buddy Hard Knocks and Gifted Gordon Alamo celebrating our union. Thank you for coming while you watched us get radio married here on the Alamo Knox Wrestling Rodeo. Tune in again tomorrow, WMRK, Willamachi, Oklahoma.
No, we have another hour to go to, but
Thank
yes.
you for listening to us here.
Okay. All right. We'll come back and we'll talk about all the good stuff that happens in the world.
Join us at the reception at Kolache Bar.
Thank you all for listening. WMRK in Willamachi,
We'll see you at
Oklahoma.
Kolache Bar for the reception to our radio wedding. You do the thing we just came up with now, or no?
Brody lives.
Great.